time. It is official. The Detroit Pistons have taken Cade Cunningham #1 overall. That's right. Again, 12th straight year. College freshman, #1 pick. One and done seems to be the way things go right now. Now, Detroit, the cupboard isn't totally bare. They have a guy on the Olympic team on that team. They also had a first-team all-rookie guy, second-team all-rookie guy. They're building a young foundation, and the 6'8" Cunningham now joins that foundation in the great state of Michigan. So, Avery, you just told me about the kid. Now tell me about the fit. How does he fit with this team?
I think it's a perfect fit because you alluded to Killian Hayes getting drafted last year, and now you add Cade Cunningham to this backcourt. This team is, in my opinion, now a playoff team, and that's not an overreaction. You have some other teams in the Eastern Conference that's going to take a step backwards, potentially Washington if this trade goes through. But because of Cade's size, his ball handling skills, he can switch multiple positions on defense. Dwayne Casey, he lost Kawhi. You know, he got fired a couple of years ago when he won after winning the championship. Now this is going to re-energize the Detroit Pistons. I think this is a solid fit for this team that's looking to go from worst to not necessarily first in the Eastern Conference, but first to somewhere around the end of the first, teams that can make it to the playoffs.
Hey, they won a playoff series since 2008, so bumping their head in a decade and a half in Detroit since they won a playoff series. You watched this kid, you covered him in college. I say Cade Cunningham, and now making that step to the NBA, what do you sort of see as an analysis of Cade Cunningham as the #1 pick?
He'll be ready from day one. And speaking with Mike Boynton, who obviously coached him at Oklahoma State, the words that Mike would use and has used leading up to this is he deserves this. Extremely mature player who is ready to adapt. Immediate plus in the locker room. He will be a sponge when it comes to learning, and he can handle this. I mean, he's going to be tasked with taking over this franchise from an on-the-court perspective there. Cade Cunningham is a deserving #1 overall pick in a draft. Guys, we could look up in a decade from now and say, you know what? 2021 draft, that was the most stacked across a 15-year period. We'll have to wait and see, but my point is you've got 3 players, in my opinion, maybe even 4, with the case to be the #1 overall pick, and yet to me, Cunningham is still just a tier above. He'll be a wonderful fit, and one of my favorite stats about Cunningham is that he had more than 120 points in clutch late-game situations last year in college basketball. That is almost double the #2 player, Travion Williams at Purdue. He came through big for a team that needed him, and he'll step in, as you mentioned.
It's a great number.
You've got,
it's a great number.
You've got Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey, first and second team all-rookie. Detroit did a good job drafting last season. Now he walks in. It's going to be a really nice situation for him to thrive and really grow in year 2 and year 3.
Plus that Olympian Jeremy Grant. Okay, if he hits, and not everybody hits, but if he hits, who will he compare to as a very good NBA player?
I think this is Tracy McGrady all the way. I think with his size, the way he can just maneuver in different positions, because in the NBA right now, a lot of it is positionless basketball. There's not really a one position for Cade Cunningham. Is he a point guard? Is he a 2? Is he a 3? Is he a stretch 4? I think he's all of it. And that's the way Tracy McGrady was when he came into the league. He obviously matured into a little bit more of a scoring machine. I think there'll be nights where Cade can dominate and score and lead his team to victory, and then there'll be other nights where he can be a playmaker and an assist man and lead his team.
He really is a modern player. I mean, 10 years ago, you would never would have said, he's a point guard, point forward. People would have been, well, pick a lane, dude. What are we talking about here? Now you can say that everybody goes, oh, yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. 6'8", a lot of different skills. How does this pick sort of feel? How does it grade out? That'll be one of the things I'll talk about with Hakeem Dermish and Gary Parrish.
EK, thanks. And to Avery's point, he talked about defense. He can defend 4 positions on the floor. And again, this is a guy that's certainly clutch and can create his own shot, as we welcome in CBS Sports college basketball insider Gary Parrish. I'm going to call him Professor Parrish on this evening, most of the night here. Gary, tough to not give this pick anything less than an A.
Yeah, this is an A+. I mean, I have been on the record for a while that no matter who was picking first in the 2021 NBA draft, the correct pick is Cade Cunningham out of Oklahoma State. He's a 6'8" point guard, but he fits with any team, including the Pistons, because he can play on the ball or off the ball. He scores at all three levels. He can get to the rim, obviously, pass out of double teams, but he's also a 40% three-point shooter. So I would never call him a perfect prospect. I don't put him quite at the level of LeBron James in 2003 and Anthony Davis in 2012. But he's pretty close. This is the right pick for Detroit. And if the Pistons are to return to relevance in the subsequent years, tonight will be the biggest reason why.
Cade Cunningham, the highest drafted player in Oklahoma State basketball history, as Cade Cunningham headed to Detroit as the #1 overall pick.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.